President Donald Trump is in the middle of a storm that could shake the White House itself. A $500 million fraud case is moving forward against him, and the entire world is watching. The question is, can a sitting U.S. president really face this kind of legal and financial battle while running the country? Stay tuned, because today we're breaking it all down step by step. Before Trump became president, he was known worldwide as a businessman. Real estate towers, luxury hotels, golf courses. His name was everywhere. But with that fame came years of lawsuits and investigations. Some critics said he built his empire on risky deals and inflated values. Supporters argued he was just a smart businessman playing the system. Now, during his second term as president in 2025, a case has landed on his desk, or more accurately, in a courtroom, that accuses him of committing fraud worth $500 million. So what exactly are prosecutors saying? The core claim is that Trump inflated the value of his assets, things like buildings, hotels, and other properties, to secure bigger loans from banks and better insurance deals. According to investigators, this wasn't just business exaggeration. They say it was systematic, deliberate fraud. For example, a property that might realistically be worth $100 million was allegedly reported as $300 million. That massive gap meant banks gave Trump more money than they should have, and on better terms. The result, prosecutors argue, is hundreds of millions in unfair financial gain. You might be asking, why is this case happening while Trump is serving as president again? The truth is, these investigations didn't start yesterday. Many of them began years ago, back when Trump was still fighting legal battles during his first presidency. Some lawsuits were delayed, some dragged out in appeals. But now, in 2025, the case has finally reached the courtroom stage. And because Trump is the sitting president, it raises brand new constitutional questions. Can the U.S. president defend himself in such a massive fraud trial while also running the country? The political consequences could be huge. Trump's supporters see this as yet another witch hunt, part of a long list of investigations meant to stop him. They argue that enemies of Trump are trying to weaken his presidency through the courts since they couldn't beat him at the ballot box. But critics say the exact opposite. They believe no one, not even the president, should be above the law. And if the fraud charges stick, they argue it shows a clear pattern of dishonesty that could damage both America's credibility and Trump's ability to lead. Let me ask you this. Do you think it's fair for a sitting president to face trial for business fraud? Or should cases like this wait until after their term in office? Drop your answer in the comments below. This isn't just an American story. Other countries are paying attention. World leaders, from allies like the UK and NATO partners to rivals like Russia and China, are watching closely. Why? Because if Trump's presidency looks weakened by legal troubles, it could shift the balance of power. For example, foreign leaders might question whether Trump can fully focus on international crises, like tensions with Iran, trade battles with China, or the war in Ukraine, while also defending himself in court. That uncertainty alone could influence global politics. So what happens if Trump actually loses this case? If he's found guilty of fraud, the financial penalty could be devastating. $500 million. That's $500 million. Even for someone as wealthy as Trump, it's a crushing figure. Beyond the money, there's also the possibility of restrictions on his businesses, bans on holding certain licenses, or even criminal consequences if further evidence emerges. And while it's still debated whether a sitting president can face criminal charges, this case is testing the limits of U.S. law in real time. Now, you might wonder, why should regular Americans care about Trump's business fraud case? After all, it sounds like something happening in the elite world of billionaires and politicians. But here's why it matters. The strength of America's presidency affects everyone. If the president is distracted, weakened, or tied up in endless court battles, it can impact the economy, foreign policy, and even how other nations treat the U.S. That means everyday issues like gas prices, trade, and national security could indirectly be shaped by this trial. If Trump is found guilty and forced to pay $500 million, do you think he should remain president, or should that disqualify him from leading the country? Comment your thoughts. This is a debate the world is already having. To wrap it up, here's the bottom line. President Trump is facing one of the biggest legal battles of his career, not just as a businessman, but now as the sitting leader of the United States. This $500 million fraud case has the potential to reshape his presidency, influence America's political system, and even affect the global balance of power. Whether you see it as a witch hunt or justice being served, one thing is clear. This trial will be remembered as a turning point in American history. And if you've been following along, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a deep dive like this. And of course, join the conversation in the comments. Your opinion really helps shape where this discussion goes.